Hey guys, Christian over at Enfig Car Stereo. So today we're in a 2019 Volkswagen Jetta. Pretty nice car. The sound system in this car is absolutely weak. Weak. So this is my friend Pat's car. We have developed a simple plug and play amplifier that gets installed behind the radio and amplifies the factory speakers. And the best part of it all, I said plug and play. You don't cut a single wire. All right, so first thing you're gonna do is take out the radio. So take out this radio, go boom, bam, and put it off to the side. All right. Now, I have a whole video that shows you how to take out the radio. I'm not gonna go over it right now because it really takes a long time to make this video long and unbearable. So if you want the product, go check out that video. Anyway, so when you pop out the radio, AM/FM antenna over here, and this is your USB extension, right? This plugs into the back of the radio and it extends down below. This is the main power harness, power, ground, and speakers, and a bunch of other stuff that I don't know what they do, can't high, can't low. So we have a harness that's existing as an AI4 VW16. That's this harness, okay? So what this does is that goes, we pass through every single wire only because I don't know what's going to come up in the upcoming years, and there's a lot of room in most of these cars. So this goes in and this goes out. Okay, so we got it in and out. And so when you add an amplifier, you just tap in the speaker wires in and out, and you don't have to worry about cutting the factory wire and chopping it up on your brand new car. If it's a lease, this actually comes in really handy. So what we did is I grabbed this harness off the shelf. By the way, this tape is here just for nice stuff, just to clean it up, because this has been out of this car a bunch because we had a noise pop issue, but your harness will be new and won't look crazy, so it won't need to fixing. Anyway, this right here we added on to power the amplifier. All right, so what we did, the amplifier plugs into here. Now we have the amplifier coming in and now. So in the car, I went and we tested a bunch of small amplifiers. We've tried to figure out, the problem is that the problem is twofold. We're trying to keep an amplifier that you can power using the existing harness that's behind the radio, number one. And number two, we want something that sounds good. So there was other amplifiers that gave you a little bit more clarity, but this amplifier, the way the bass just woke up in the car, it brought it to life. On the first one that I did, first time we installed it, I asked Pat if he heard the upgrade, and he went to the car, and then I was like, he's like, it's better, it's okay. I put it back to stock, and just from the outside, I could hear the bass was not hitting, and I was like, oh, it definitely sounds. He's like, and he came back, he's like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Now you put it back to stock, it's a huge improvement. So we kept the Pioneer amp because, first of all, it has no gain adjustments, automatically adjusts the gain, which means that you guys don't have to set anything up, all right? All you got to do is front filter off, rear filter off, and then put the input selector to 4-channel, okay? It's the only settings. Now, on the Pioneer amplifier, it comes with, see, this has been in and out so many times, took a chunk out of it. These are the speaker inputs, all right? So we modified the connector to plug in to our harness, all right? And then over here, we added the connectors to plug into the other side of the harness. Now, what was going on with this puppy is that every time you turned off the car, the radio doesn't really turn off. Even though the display is off, the radio's still on. So after a minute or two, it would pop. And then every time you open the door, you hear a pop because the amplifier is turning on and off. Now, we had to build this little jammy right here, the little doohickey. So when you order this and you get this little doohickey, you're like, what does this do? It prevents a turn on and off pop. You can try to install it without it, and you can hear the pop. If you decide you don't want this and you can deal with the pop, we might take it back. Check the website. I think what we'll do is we'll give you a credit if you want to send it back. But because the turn on and off pop really isn't horrible. The problem is that as a professional company, we can't send out a product with turn on and off pop because that's just amateur hour. So let's get to the install. All right. So first thing to install this, you're going to run the wires for the amplifier. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? Let's plug this in first. So we're going to plug this into here. So the way this works is you're going to open this connector up. All right, squeeze it. I'm trying to, for the camera. Sorry for the blue sweater today. It's freezing. It's like 40 degrees today. If you live somewhere colder, don't tell me that's nothing, because that's what we do to Florida. All right, and if you look at this harness, like I said, this harness currently we're making it in-house. If we start selling a lot of these, and we'll have it made, but the problem is that our minimum orders are usually at least 300, or to get good pricing we have to order at least 1,000. So this is something that I hope sells, but I'm not sure yet. So for now we're making it in-house. So now we did that. Okay, now over here we have these two harnesses. We're going to unplug these from the amplifier. Okay, whoops. And then we're going to plug this bad boy in here. Now this really wakes up the system. It just sounds. I don't want to overhype things because I have higher. Like I've installed $13,000 systems, and that's a different thing. This is a simple, nice upgrade to the factory system that gives it a nice little pop for the price, and that you can do at home. This goes right here. So what we're gonna do now is that goes there, and then let's connect the other one while we're here, and then you have to kind of romance the harness in there because it's not tight, but so you have enough room back here. You could probably lay out like 10 or 20 amplifiers, but the problem is that this little thing right here is where we're gonna mount the amplifier, number one, and then number two, you have to get all the harnesses pushed back there and everything working right. So I'm gonna grab these two harnesses, make sure we don't lose them. Okay, so we're grabbing these two, and then when you look right here, there's a nice little cutout right there. We're gonna shove this bad boy back there. So this is one of those cases that if you go in here like a savage and start pushing, you will not fit anything. But if you listen and you see that harness just disappeared, all right, so it's gone. So now we're gonna grab these two harnesses and we're gonna loop them around and bring them up to the top. Okay, so when we do that, we're gonna grab these two connectors and we're gonna also push them back into bye-bye land. Now, it could be a good idea to wrap these two in tape. Also, make sure as you're pushing, hold on to these two, because when you push, hold on to these two, because you don't want to lose them as you push the rest back and have to start all over. All right, so now we're good. Everything's good there. Now, this one right here, you can kind of stay up front. So we're going to push this back in here. All right. So at this point, everything's back there. We have plenty of room. All right, so now we're going to plug in the amplifier. So what happens is that I want you to get the harnesses above this bar, so that way you can plug in the amplifier. All right, so that goes there. That goes there. Okay, so now we got right there. Okay. Okay, okay. Now, ta-da! Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. It was almost like it was made for it. I almost want to make something better, meaning like custom. So if I made a video when I first did this with the intro, and I said that I was probably gonna zip tie it or double side tape the amplifier to the bar, or maybe make some clips. To be honest with you, Pat actually Ubers on the side, or whenever. That's one of those guys that has like 4 jobs, but he Ubers on the side whenever he has free time, and this amp has not moved, so I've decided to leave it with a zip tie. So basically we're gonna include 3 zip ties because we know you're gonna lose one. All right, so I'm gonna zip tie right to the bar. I'll do that to the other one. If you really want to, you can put some double side tape if you're worried about it moving around. I'm really not worried about it moving around. Like I said, this is it goes in nice and easy. Just had to look down, make sure it was recording. You have no idea how many times I've done a video. I'm like, that came out great. Look down, it wasn't recording the whole time. Or the battery died or something stupid like that. All right, so now we have it here. Okay. There you go. There you go. Like I said, if you think that's gonna wiggle around a little, you could put a little tape on it. I told Pat's one of the guys that I'm trying to get him to start his own YouTube channel doing like reviews on tech stuff because he's really, really good. Google possibly Pat. Hopefully, by the time you watch this video in like 2020, he'll get his head out of his butt and start doing videos. All right, so right there, everything's right here. Oh, this harness looked like it got a little tight in here. Oh, you know, it's probably wrapped up with the other ones. All right, so the reason this got a little tight in here is because it's wrapped up with the other one we pushed back there. So that's going to be normal. And guess what? Yo, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So the way we made this harness, just to be clear, usually when you install an amplifier in a car, Christian at Enfig, you're so busy making a video, you're not paying attention to what you're doing there, boy. All right, I messed up. All right, so I forgot the important part. This little harness. So what this harness does is that so this harness does two things. It mutes the turn on and off pop, and it also turns the radio on and off as soon as you turn on and off the radio. So most people, if you install an amplifier in the past, you'll know that in Volkswagen especially, they usually wire the amplifier to turn on and off with the key, not the radio. I made sure. I spent probably about 20 hours trying to figure out how to make sure that this harness is perfect, because this is Enfig. You know, Enfig is my baby. In October 31st, we've been in business 19 years. So I started this in, I started this business in 1999, I think that makes it, yeah, 1999. Business was officially a business in October 31st. But I filed the paperwork on October 15th, so however you want to look at that. Anyway, this prevents turn on and off pop and turns it on and off with the key. So as soon as you turn on the radio, whether or not you have the key on, the amplifier will turn on with it, because we don't play games here. So now I'm going to shove this all the way back. Sorry for the babbling. Got a little nostalgic. All right, make sure you push everything in, because if you don't, what'll happen is that the radio's not going to push in, and then you're going to call me saying, you know, it didn't fit, which happens all the time. We're one of those companies that we target enthusiasts, which means everyone knows more than I do. Nah, I'm kidding. Most of you guys are cool. Every once in a while I get someone who's a little upset because their install didn't work out right. But usually we help them out to solve it. All right, so plug this right in. Right now, I'm hoping, see, I'm plugging in this cable because the last time I did this, I forgot to plug something in, because I was like, oh, I'll be right back. And then Pat left and I didn't plug in his USB. Luckily, he used my radio removal video to remove it and fix it himself. All right, so we're in there. And that got a little short, but just hold it to it. All right, and now we're just guide the harness. You see how that harness is like pushing to the right? Just help it left so that way it pushes in nicely. All right, and we got that harness. And then, luckily this car has room. All right, and then, bam, we are in. That's it, done, 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 done. What was that, 15 minutes, I think? So now, when you turn on the radio, you're gonna hear a click. That click is my turn on and off pop thing. How do we do this? You know what, let me get my iPhone so I can do some royalty-free music in here. All right, I'm back. And I wiped off the screen for you guys that those fingerprints drove crazy. All right, so this thing sounds amazing. If you guys have anything hooked up to something with a subwoofer, just listen to this. I don't hype things up because, honestly, everyone has different opinions. Obviously, if you've had a $2,000 or $3,000 audio system in your car, this ain't gonna sound that good. This is gonna sound as good. Honestly, I'm probably gonna guess this is sound as good or better as the upgraded Volkswagen audio system. So, hopefully, in 6 months, I can tell you, don't waste your money on the upgraded audio system and just buy this. The bass on this is enough where you almost, I feel like most people won't need a subwoofer after this, which probably shoot myself in the foot. But anyway, listen, if you made it this far, do me a favor, give me a like. There's a thing below where you can actually give a bell. You get notifications, so you can subscribe to our channel too. You subscribe to, you know, we do a lot of cool stuff, and when you like and comment and subscribe, it lets YouTube know that people are liking our content, and it shows it to more people, so more people see it, and the more interaction we get, and the happier everyone is. If you're a shop, this is an easy plug and play, and honestly, it's a no-brainer. You know, you don't have to figure out all the wiring behind the radio. We already did it. It just plugs right in. You know, you don't want to waste time figuring something out, blowing up a radio by mistake. Everybody else, we ship worldwide, but this part we can't. We're not allowed to ship Pioneer radios outside the country. But if you check our website, eventually, if this sells enough, if you tell enough people and this moves, we're going to we're going to connect. We're going to sell this. I'm sorry. We're actually going to make the harnesses, and we're going to sell it, and we don't want to and not sell the Pioneer, sell the Pioneer separately. Right now, we're not 100% sure if this is going to sell. You know, I've done a lot of things in the past that I think are going to sell, and then no one buys them, so who knows. But, no, this one's going to sell. This just actually sounds very well. But anyway, that's it. If you're a shop, we do wholesale accounts, worldwide shipping. We sell, we install. This will also work in almost every 2017 and up. It'll also work in the 2015 and up. For you guys that have the radio in the glove box, I'm not sure where we're going to fit things or where we're going to do things. So the Jetta's the first one we did. Hopefully we'll do a bunch of other ones soon. And then we can... I don't like that. Then, you know, we'll let you guys know that it works. But anyway, that's it. My name is Christian. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Check the description. The description will have a link as to how to buy this product. And... that's it. My name is Christian. Thank you so much for watching. EnficCarStereo.com.